Hey y'all!
Hi!
As you can see, we are dressed in black today because we are finna kill. You guys have been asking us to do this back chat review every day after every blessed blood cleat episode. You guys are like, oh god, you guys need to do response. You need to tell these guys off. So we're giving in, baby. And we're doing a response to episode 5. I got down on one knee and she said no. Ellipsis. Wow. So stay tuned. Hope you're liking it.
Yeah, so this is actually going to be our authentic, genuine reaction to this video.
Yeah. None of us have watched it.
No. I'll say I in particular was hesitant about allowing us to do a BK response.
I was also quite concerned.
It's because you know, you guys have never seen us in our full capacity. It makes me laugh because it's like everyone in the comments is always just like Bev is savage. You know, it's a family trait at the end of the day, and we just know how to reel it in. But you're really gonna see, I'm gonna just put it out there, we are like, it might come across at times that we are angry, but that's never what it is. It's more of a frustration and concern of, you know, opinions at times. So just be prepared for what's about to go down.
Pop off.
If a man proposes and she says no, is the relationship over?
Wait, so if you propose to a girl and she says no to your proposal, it's definitely over. It's definitely over. That's embarrassing.
Like, do you know, if I summoned up the courage to ask you to be my queen and you now said no?
Why are you asking someone to marry you if you don't know that they're going to say yes?
Ask again!
That's not fair because really...
You have those discussions.
No, but let's be honest, you know what it is, yeah? Some men want to go out on a limb and think that, alright, cool, I've been with this girl X amount of time. I'm ready. Like,
and you haven't asked her if she's ready?
We're going out here and I'm like, yo, I got, so when you say you ready for this marriage thing, yeah, I'm going to propose next week. That's dead. Like,
No. Okay.
You eventually won, he then proposes to you, and then you turn around and say no.
That's not what
all of that is air.
Oh, every day, everything I say is hey, every single day. You know, see, people agree with me, Lucas. So how was it hey? I've had this conversation with multiple people. I've had this conversation with multiple people. You're actually annoying.
We're not living in like some next world, innit? We're living in
shut up. I'm actually irritated at this point.
Yeah, so...
No, big up Azariah. She's got that frustration of the nation in her tone. So annoying.
While it's on pause, I cannot comprehend as to why you would ever propose to somebody without ever discussing marriage prior.
Yeah. No, it doesn't even make sense. Like you said, you've spoken about it 2 years before. That's what Esther said. 2 years is far.
Time.
You should at least be doing it 6 months before. Oh, you know, I think 6 months before is a decent time because you need to buy the ring in a certain amount of time.
I feel like the 6 month talk is more like we're getting married soon. 2 years before that's my intention to get married with you. You should speak about it regularly.
At 2 years.
Esther said how some ladies, they decide they want to get married and decide they don't.
I
don't know about that one.
That doesn't happen.
If I'm going to get married, it is forever. For me, when I want to get married, for me, Esther Falana, I want it to be forever. So if it has to be when I'm 30, when I'm 40, that I am ready, then that's when it will be.
if he says to you, after you say no to him, if he says to you,
I'm not going to embarrass him in front of a crowd of people and say no. Of course not. Do you understand? But once I do say it, it'll be something that will be discussed. I'll say, listen, you know, I said to you I wasn't ready for this, and you've just gone and done this in front of people. We need to discuss this. That's it. It doesn't mean I don't love
you're selling him a dream. You're selling him a dream because no, deny it. Because you've got his hopes up. He's thinking, he's planning this whole big thing, saying, oh, I'm gonna marry this girl, put it in front of everyone, show my love to her, yeah, in front of everybody, yeah. You say yes, he's thinking I'm the luckiest man in the world. Later when you go to the room and say, okay, basically, I was just gassing that. Basically,
I didn't say I was gassing. Don't make me think that's a joke. It ain't a joke.
Let me say something, because that's what's going on in today's society.
I just want to know, to any of the males watching, what would you prefer? Would you prefer her to say no in front of the public that you've invited to witness the engagement, or would you prefer her to say some kind of yes, and then when you get to close doors, break it down?
Every guy who says that he prefer her to say no, you are a liar.
What, in public?
Yeah, nobody in this life.
Nobody wants to say no.
No one wants embarrassment. But like, nah, no guy can tell me,
that's better.
That's better. I was selling him June. So what should I do, Wale?
You know the courage, the confidence it takes to propose to a girl. Like, and you say no. And you say no. How am I meant to feel?
Me saying no doesn't mean I don't want to marry you in the long run, right? Hold on, I love you and you love me, but we might not be compatible. Right now,
Nah,
everything's
you know, baby. What's that you saying? I love you, you love me, but we're not compatible. So why are you in a relationship? You shouldn't be together.
But why are you in a relationship?
You shouldn't.
What's the line and lock it off?
You know, I put hands on their shaking the No, you should not be with someone, regardless of how you feel about them. If you know they're not compatible, your relationship will not work.
Yeah, we got a video about compatibility.
I mean, that was early days. Early.
A whole video about compatibility. It is imperative to be compatible. Without compatibility, you have nothing. There's no such thing as longevity without compatibility.
Your relationship will fail.
Point blank, period.
Let's take it back a little bit.
As Ryan's still in her feelings. Look at her.
I didn't know this about you. So then, why is it when
So
guys and girls are seeing each other, yeah, and the boy is not ready for a relationship, yeah, the girl's like, you're wasting my friggin' time. I've been here for 2 years or 1 year. No, it's not different. Shall I tell you?
Excuse me, it is very different because in a relationship you can get out of it. Marriage is a lifelong commitment. You can't get out of marriage that easily.
I'm only wasting your time if I said that I don't want to marry you, point blank, period. But I'm not ready now.
Yeah.
That's not a waste of That's not
a waste of your time.
You wasted your time by going out and the ring.
And not consulting anybody.
If you meet a man, and we're talking about a man,
You talk about yourself. Oh, I really want to vomit. This guy makes me ill.
but you're saying you're not scared. Now, I've chosen to get down on one knee in front of my family and friends, in front of the people that matter to me the most, because if I'm asking a woman to marry me, that's who I'm going to do it in front of. And you're telling me no. And you say that that's cool. That's stop talking. You're all justifying it like it's blessed.
Who's this guy talking to? You have no respect. No, like this is what I was like. Imagine we were there.
No, yeah.
Explosive. Who are you talking to, my G?
Uproar.
Who are you talking to?
No, it's
Respect people when they're talking.
It's not like it's cool. It's not cool.
We're not allowed to say no.
Why are you talking?
Don't break the dam. Look at.
For me, if I was right, cancel this show, bro. Are you dumb? No, because you know, as a whole, we do not tolerate disrespect from men.
No way.
And so you, as a nobody to me, you want to be spraying. Who do you think you're talking to? You must have lost your damn mind.
You lost it.
Lost it. Sorry, I hate this kind of disrespect. Outright disrespect.
I'm gonna add my 2 pence. Zoe's doing an awful.
Yeah, Zoe's.
I actually look at you like.
Honestly, like.
You know that when we had to put that picture. When you start
Equations.
calculating, who do you think you're talking to?
You see that even the meme of Viola Davis when she's packing up her loads. Just.
Why are you talking? If you can't listen. If you can't listen, yeah, don't say nothing. Ooh.
Ask me a question.
Don't ask me a question. I'm talking.
Oh, look at the man talking.
Let me compose myself.
Square up.
You better square up. If you can't, who are you speaking to, brother? Who are you talking to? Because Lucas, that man, really King Kong, big man. If you're gonna be treated like a man, act like one.
Hey. Very simple.
Sorry, he's too disrespectful. This is not even your girl. Who are you talking to?
Disrespectful. Very, very, very disrespectful. And I'm very happy that Azariah is speaking up.
Good, yeah.
He's getting all heated up because somebody is challenging you.
Yeah.
But you don't feel like as a woman I'm able to challenge you because you're a man.
Yeah.
Mr. I don't want to pay for the date.
Mr. Alpha Male.
Bye bye.
I don't you. It might hurt you for a bit. You could bounce back in it. Like, oh, fuck it, man. I was onto that shit. If somebody you've been in a long-term committed relationship and in your mentally you've built a future with this person and you've told your family, imagine
Okay, my confusion is, what don't people understand about somebody saying they're not ready for marriage? It's not a personal attack on you.
Yeah.
You have to understand, a lot of people, some people understand the gratitude of marriage and not what it's gonna take, but they know it's gonna take a lot. For me, for example, if I was in a relationship right now, nobody should in their mind propose to me because I am not ready for marriage. There are a number of qualities that one needs when they are in a long-term, lifelong relationship that I do not yet possess. So, for you to propose to me and for me to say yes is stupid. Because there are things that are going to come in this marriage that I'm not ready for. Give me a couple more years if I need that. Even if I just need 6 months, give me the 6 months. Let me get prepared. Let me get sorted.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can spontaneously like just going back to the same thing, like you said that mentally you are somewhere completely different. Do you guys not talk? Do you not talk about this? Like how can you be so advanced in your mental space in concerning
The relationship.
both of us, concerning yourself and me, and not ask me about it and not inquire about where my mental space is? You've gone and bought a ring. you've hired out somewhere, you've got all of your friends and family, and it never once crossed your mind to find out what the person who is going to be involved in this union wants. And then you have the audacity to try and blame me for your incompetence to find out whether I am ready. Boy, right.
I think it's just so selfish. The only person you're thinking about is
yourself.
It's yourself. My pride is going to be hurt.
My ego.
My this, my that. What about the other person?
This girl's doing you a favour.
In fact, you should even thank the person that they have admitted to you that they're not ready, rather than getting into a marriage with you and then just realising inside the marriage that they're not ready and then having to go through a divorce with the person. I think what people are forgetting as well, like for women, I think, although marriage is a big commitment for both men and women, I think for women it might be slightly more, because when you get into marriage, a lot of things change for women where you have to, nowadays, where as a woman you're working, you still have to come home and cook and clean. If you then start a family, okay, this guy's going to be expecting me now to have kids in 2 years.
That's exactly.
Do I want to have kids?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say that sometimes, yeah, when people think about marriage, they put marriage and kids together. It's not two separate things.
Two separate entities.
I personally, if I get married, I don't want to have kids until at least 2 years after I've been married. Yeah. Some people want to be married and have kids. That's not what I want. So if I know that I'm with somebody who wants to have kids as soon as we get married, then I'm not really ready for kids, because apparently with marriage, kids come like this. And men as well, they don't care that, oh, I want a baby now. Yeah. I think they're not taking that into account when they're thinking about themselves.
They're not taking anybody but themselves into account in this situation.
God, though, I expect much more from you.
Me too. And I think marriage is a scary environment for a woman, where you suddenly have to trust this man to lead you, where you suddenly have to submit to him. Men change and they become, or can become, very controlling, and it can be very difficult for women to get into the right mental state to be able to submit to a man.
Somebody might say, well, if that's what you're concerned about, do you feel like you should be marrying this person?
Maybe you've seen some traits in your boyfriend sometimes, like he can be a bit controlling, so you're still not sure. You want to see if this is really something I can deal with, which is maybe why you can say that I'm not ready yet.
But like, let's say for example you're with a guy who tells you that if he cheats on you, you should keep quiet and let him feel some kind of way about it, right? Then obviously you're might thinking, okay, I can see that this guy has potential, right? So let me just try. This what? Me? Never. So people might be like in the situation, okay, I'm just gonna, prolong it a bit. I feel like he has a lot of potential, he'll be able to change, and then he proposed to me in 6 months. I'm thinking, no, I still, I like you, I do want to be with you and stuff, but I want some things to change about you.
That would only be valid if this guy has proposed within the year, or within a year and a half. Yeah. If you are talking about 3 years, 4 years, at this point, boo, he's not changing. He's not changing. Like we always advocated, this guy meant that you should be quiet from the beginning. Whether it was 3 months, 6 months, you should be you should be off. However, like she said, the reality is people will
do that
stay
stuff
and hope that the guy will change. Okay, you've gone 3 years and you've still been looking, praying and fasting for the same change.
Every week dropping coins into the offering basket.
God, my seed.
Hey, Christian Banter.
Let's dive inside this question for a second. Really and truly, like, for me to say I'm gonna marry you, before I even come and have that conversation with you, if we're gonna have it yet, I've told my mum, I've told my boys, I've told everyone.
So nothing on me.
I think I'm ready. I feel like she's ready for this, yeah. Then I brought that to you, whether it's public or private. I brought it to you, and you've pardoned. Listen, I don't care.
I'm sort of saying.
But what do you mean, whether it's public or private? Are you insane? Oh.
Every minute,
if you're scared or whatever.
Selfish reasons. Are people mad?
No, but selfish reasons where you're sitting here talking about my pride, my ego,
I've been pardoned. I've told my mum.
So even if you feel like my feelings are selfish, are they not legitimate?
I can't lie to you, I don't know if I'm going to bounce back from that. Go. If I feel that she is ready, how is that really selfish? I feel that she is ready.
So wait, you're looking at me and you think I'm ready, so therefore it's time for me to jump into the marriage.
Aladdin.
Oh, you look right for a wedding, you look right for marriage. Come on. It's 2016, you know.
These guys just think that it's so much flattery. If I want to marry you, you should be so grateful, like you should be ready as long as I say so. It doesn't happen like that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't happen like that. Or you just think, I think girls, they think that girls are just always brimming. We're so eager and hungry to be married all the time. That's what they think.
Yeah.
So I've asked you, I've given you what you want, and you're saying no, are you crazy? That's what they're acting like. No, bro, nobody said they wanted to marry you.
Nobody.
That's the problem here.
Not even that I don't want to marry you, but take time.
Exactly what you're saying about, they're just waiting to be scooped up and married. Maybe.
Yeah, I know you're ready now.
Yeah,
Come.
Yeah.
Come, what? Are you ready, my love? Do you want to come with me?
You think? And I think it's this whole like
patriarch. I thought it's a very patriarchal sort of thing that we're still trying to implement in 2016. I have a right to my life. You can't be making these decisions for me.
Yeah.
Sophie's is saying, I feel that I am ready. So
Go look like he's weeping.
All of this, you're saying no stuff. Are you the ones that are going to ask us for a proposal? Are you the one that can... Wait, listen, because you're just jumping.
Shut up, man.
Are you the ones that are going to ask the guy, are you going to marry me? We all have the same level head when we're thinking traditionally you want a guy to propose to you, right? Now, so if a guy is proposing to you, yeah, like Gogo said, like most of the men on this panel agree, we put our hearts, souls into you being levels. You're the one. Out of all the bullshit girls out there, we picked you that very moment. And you're
how lucky are we?
When you say no, there's a conversation that could be had after.
It's not got nothing to do with you.
You know, one thing I want to say, yeah, if a girl says no,
somebody's even on Beverley's face.
if a girl says no after you proposing to her and you can't come back from that, that's your prerogative. I don't think anybody's even said here that you must be able to continue the relationship. Just explaining why a girl would say no.
I don't feel like I'm there yet. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I still love you. I still want to marry you. But right now, like I said, that's what I said. I will say yes because I will never ever embarrass my man.
It takes a man to show you that you're ready. So when I get on my hands and my knees and I pull out a ring and I say to you, I want to make you my wife. You might not be ready, but if you love me, then I will make you ready. We'll be ready together. What are
we dressed for our own funerals? I was wrong. We dressed for our own funerals.
If you have the capacity to make the woman ready, why haven't you done so prior to proposal?
You must think you're God because it's only God that calls the unqualified and qualifies them when they're there.
Hey!
Wonder.
Only God. Only the God that I serve. Only the man that I worship.
Calls the unqualified.
That calls the unqualified.
And makes them qualified.
Hey!
You deserve an A star for that one. Come on.
Who are you? Pastor Wahala.
The man that doesn't have the ability to emotionally console, because when you cheat on me, you will tell me that there are a million and whatever girls that are better than me. But you can make someone ready.
We need explanation, Lucas.
Which comforting words will you say to me now, Ja?
This is running back to episode 1, but for you to tell me that I should keep quiet whilst you allow yourself to feel bad about the situation, it's called emotional abuse.
Abuse.
If you are an emotionally abusive person, you are emotionally unavailable, how do you have an inkling of the capacity to prepare me for something I feel unprepared for? What can you do? What can you say?
The word also to make something is very controlling. Are we seeing issues here with the way that this guy speaks?
Yeah.
You think you're the author of life, you think you're the puppet master, you can't make anybody do anything.
No.
And why would you want to make somebody? Why would it be forceful? Shouldn't this be a choice? Shouldn't they want to do this?
Yeah, should it not be authentic?
Do you think it's wise? Do you think, I'm not trying to be funny, as a man proposing to a lady, do you think it is wise? Wisdom, illicit wisdom, is it wise to take a girl who doesn't want to, or doesn't feel prepared for marriage and say, don't worry, you're going to get prepared?
Because more time, right? I may not be ready for marriage for a number of reasons. I'm not ready to be a wife. I don't want to be your cooker and your cleaner, Lucas, because that's what you want. That's what you want, a traditional woman who basically is going to give you children, cook and clean, and do her wifely duties. I may not be ready to devote my life to that. So how are you going to make me be ready to do that? Because once we get into the marriage and I'm not performing up to your standards,
it's a problem.
It's a problem.
What will you do now?
This is arranged marriage.
In 2016.
It doesn't matter what I want, obviously, because he's gonna make me ready.
Make you. Look at the language this guy's using.
You have this conversation with your partner as women, and you say, babes, like, I feel like, start hinting, like, I feel like marriage is good. And then your husband turns around, or your partner turns around and says to you, no, I'm not ready.
Because
honestly speaking, in front of us lot and God, how many of you lost, and for how long are you going to remain in that relationship after he told you, he's not ready. And you're women, we're men, we're completely different. So if you came to me and you started hitting towards marriage, and I was like, nah.
Is there something they're cutting out, like in the editing? Are people saying that you have to continue the relationship? Because the question they posed is that if I say no, does the relationship have to continue? Have the ladies said that the relationship has to continue? Because they're speaking as if they have, and nobody has said that.
But I feel like they always do that. Nobody really answers the question in these situations.
I feel like realistically, in an ideal world, yeah, where you have a partner who cares about how you feel and can understand that I don't necessarily want to be married to you now, because maybe if I am engaged, I want a short engagement. So for me, if I say yes, I'm going to be married in a year, that's not where I want to be in a year. So I'm not saying that not now, maybe give me another year. So the relationship shouldn't be over.
Well, I completely understand from a logical standpoint. From if a man is able to really listen and understand your view when you explain it to him, then I feel like the relationship can go ahead. But if you're dealing with people who you've explained, you are trying to explain, and all they are hearing is my ego is being damaged, the relationship will not go further.
And
to be honest, I would, if it was me, I would be so content with that relationship not going further, because there is a big flaw in your character, and I don't want to enter a lifelong commitment with such a person.
What's the flaw?
The flaw is selfishness, because as per usual, when it comes to a predicament, I always blow it up into a bigger picture. So when it comes to things like big decisions about like the house we're gonna get, the car we're gonna get, how many children we want, is it just gonna be about you, your ego and your pride? Will I be consulted? Do you care about my opinion? And if you don't, I can't be with you.
Boy,
so take your ego broken self and skedaddle.
Stop backtracking, Stop backtracking.
He's pissing me off. I'm not joking.
Honestly.
Stop backtracking.
I'm not joking. He's pissing me off. He's actually pissing me off. No.
Just wait, watch this.
Alright. Why are you getting upset? Why are you feeling salty?
Stop addressing me, bro. Stop addressing me.
Yeah, but you're getting upset.
You don't know I'm upset.
You've been saying you're upset. You've been saying you're upset. Don't kind of calm me down. Don't hype me. No. Honestly, that will piss me the fuck off. And then I'm trying to understand why you're vexed. I'm saying calm down. That's all I'm saying.
All I said to you is you don't understand. That's the social.
You wasn't saying it like that. You wasn't saying it like that. Azraya. You was a bit irate.
I'm not annoyed that you're chatting to me. Why?
Okay, so now you know that you've been hyping. Exactly.
When did I think I was hyping?
You're on 100 right now. I don't know what's wrong with you, but you're on 100, right? No.
Is it beef though? Because if I was Azraya and I'm not talking to you first of all, and now you're shouting,
I know you're shouting, you got up at your seat.
You're shouting and you're putting your hands
forward.
These are all like red flags. Is it beef? So now if I stand up, it just, for me, you're trying to prick me.
100%.
You're trying to prick me because I'm not talking to you. I've never been addressing you. You're addressing me for what reason? You're telling me he hasn't said anything out of line. The guy's trying to silence me like I'm his you.
A number of times.
You don't know me from Adam. You don't know me from nowhere. So please address me with respect. So I'm sorry, Esther, if you are able to look at everybody else and see when everybody is hyping, but you with your 1,000 volume voice, you don't know that. You're taking things. You don't think that you can escalate things by the way you're behaving.
Can she not sense the way that he's talking to Azariah is disrespectful? You can hear that. If that's a disrespect to you, that's how you can handle the situation. But Azariah feels disrespected, so she has a right to react in the situation the way she wants to react.
I think Azariah's acting like she's really composing herself.
Very composed. She's very acting crazy, but it's also her tone of voice that's annoying these people, innit? But she has a right to, because the way he's addressing her is very rude. And has been rude from the beginning of the show.
Look, I wouldn't stand there and allow Lucas to be telling me to be quiet and backtracking and this one. Why are you kind of like dismissing what I have to say? Like what you have to say is better than what I have to say.
Telling her to calm down. Is that how you tell someone to calm down? You just say, oh, calm down, don't worry, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. You're getting offended because she doesn't want to listen to you. Like, mind your business. Everybody else there, honey, Chioma, I'm Arietta. Everyone is quiet because it's got nothing to do with them, but you want to involve yourself and you start amping up. Why?
It's because you think she won't retaliate, but you don't actually know people.
No.
Don't talk to me like that. You're actually sitting right here and you're screaming at me for what?
For what?
When Lucas is piping up, instead of you to use that volume to address Lucas, You're talking
When
to
you
me.
talk, you want them to keep quiet.
Yeah.
All of you lot, including Esther, to
And
keep
you
quiet.
kept
You didn't
him.
see any problem with that.
Been together with somebody in a relationship, my whole point of getting into a relationship is you plan to marry that someone at some point. So if the man's making that decision as, yo, this is what I'm ready for. It's a partnership, but I'm leading it. Do you understand? You have a president. Listen, you have a president, yeah, who leads the country. You have a prime minister who leads the country. My wife is going to work with me. Do you understand? She will make decisions as well, yes. But I am the head of my family. I am a man, and that's how I see it.
Indeed, if you want to say being the head is the president, right? But you know, in the West, we don't have dictatorships, we have democracy, okay? Presidents don't go and make decisions without consulting their houses or their government, okay? It's we talk, we commune, we bounce, is this right, is this not? And then the president finalizes the deal. What it means to be the head is that you are supported by a body.
That's
Without
right.
the body, there is no function of the head.
You know that if a president wants to pass a law, I think Congress have the right to stop that law from going through.
You can't go forward.
You can't go forward.
Without your man them. The outcome that you want to go to requires everybody. So if I am not on the same page as you, but you are the head, if you drag me along, whatever wahala we find, you are the head.
Yeah.
You must take all accountability.
Yeah. Like they say, what's it? The fish rots from the head to the tail. So when this marriage fails, just know that you're responsible for it.
Yeah.
Boy.
She's a slave.
You, come here, you. I can smell the stew in you already. A relationship, yes, is a partnership. So
Let's
you
hop
tell
on.
me
You should close his
throughout
lips.
every relationship.
Of himself.
You know what, I'm really sorry about
No.
I'm really sorry about the whole leader situation, yeah, because the thing is, yeah, in a biblical marriage, biblical relationship, a man should lead, yeah? But do you know, lead, like I said, is not a dictatorship. A leader, I'm sorry to say, is a servant. The Bible says the one who is the highest is the lowest of them all.
Yeah.
Jesus, when he was with his disciples, washed his disciples' feet, but no one will question Jesus' leadership.
Wow.
You don't want to take leadership because you think it's
Dictatorship.
It's dictatorship. You think it gives you a card to go and abuse the people who you are in authority of. But if you had a manager who was abusive, who didn't listen to his team, who didn't consult his team before he did anything, that is a bad manager. It's the same thing with a relationship. Leader in what sense? You think it's leader for the decoration. You want the name badge with no responsibility. These are the guys of our generation. When somebody wants to go and be a manager, yeah, you don't come with sales assistant capabilities and go and apply for managerial position.
I don't know where you thought that I was jumping at you or whatever.
Oh, come on, can you shut up, man? You know, I really try to not really say shut up.
You're trying to calm down, I can see
you know
it, yeah.
what, it's like, I mean, are you insane? You have been so disrespectful to the point where, I don't know, like, I think other people on the panel feel like they have a free pass to come and attack me for no reason as well. And you're talking to me like now as if I'm delusional.
Yeah.
Like,
This is the kind of guy that he'll disrespect you in a relationship when
And
you
tell
react.
you
He'll say,
you're
I don't know why you're angry.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Tell me what I said. Tell me what
Why
I
are you
said.
shouting?
Don't
Why are you
ask me
shouting?
questions.
Don't shout at me. Don't shout. Like, the reason why I think you backtrack, when
you're cutting your eye.
Is somebody your wife on the panel that we don't know about? Who you talking to? Lucas, man.
This is when people start being condescending because I don't know, like, if you think I'm gonna validate like this your God complex, but
Yeah,
it's not
it's not
happening right
happening.
here.
Impossible.
I'm sorry, Esther, where are you? Police, where are you?
did you get it so wrong? He just said it before you opened your mouth and explained it again, which was.
That's rude. See, that's rude.
Yeah.
That's rude before you opened your mouth, and he just said it before you opened your mouth. You're telling me that what I'm saying is a waste of space, is a waste of time. It's basically the underlying principles of what you're saying. And why can't you say he's explained it and you're repeating it? That's a lot less disrespectful than what you said.
He just didn't need to say it again because he's acting like a catalyst. You want to make her angry again. I feel like you've been dealing with unintelligent girls. Maybe someone that's unintelligent won't realise you're being disrespectful. But as a ride, it doesn't seem like she's someone that's unintelligent. We are not unintelligent women. It's clear to see you're disrespecting her.
Very condescending. Very
I might have
patronising.
got it wrong. You might have got it wrong. But the bottom line is, you said no. Now that is the problem. The relationship is over. Because you've all agreed at the beginning, I said, you need a captain to steer your ship, right? And you all agreed. So if the captain now comes along and says, okay, right, I'm ready for this. This is why men don't fall in love. Complain man's a savage. I'm the captain. I bring the ship. Follow my lead. Let me steer. And then you say you don't want to be on the same path. You don't want to be on the same ship. Like then, listen, I have to go. Set sail.
If you arrive at the dock and you haven't told me what time the ship is going to pull in, how will I know to be there?
Moreover, do you think you know what a captain does is steer the ship? Do you know that did you not watch Titanic? People are in the bottom putting in coal, doing stuff to make the ship. Do you not? You feel like my role is irrelevant?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you run the ship by yourself, my G? It's impossible. Even if you go to another ship, you're still gonna need a crew. You're still gonna need a crew. You're still gonna need to tell your crew what's going on. You can't repeat the same behaviours that you repeated here and think because I said no that you're gonna do exactly what you did here and go and do it with somebody else, and an intelligent woman won't say no again. Instead of you to learn from your mistakes.
I'll be honest with you. I see this flying around our society now and then, where people are like, oh, don't you know that like women can do stuff for themselves? It's not all about the man. Yeah, cool, fantastic. Clap for yourself. Yeah, but in a marriage, yeah, it's we. Yeah, two become one.
But it wasn't we before we got to the marriage. Somebody, please. I don't understand this thing. Our battery wants to die. The battery has had enough.
The battery had enough as well. Because when you made the decision that you wanted to propose to me, did you consider we? It was you. It was I. It was my ego, my feelings, my family, my mother and my sisters. That's who it was.
If you have this mentality in your head, yeah, that a woman can do something for herself, like marriage is not for you. Marriage is two people coming together, yeah, to become one. So in my head, yeah, you're not saying let men be men. In my head, if I've decided as a man, I feel like we should take this forward, yeah, and you come out and say,
what did he say?
Ridiculous.
No, what? No,
ridiculous.
That's what. Should we say that?
Because I have now taken personal offence. It's ridiculous.
No, what did he say? Like, if you believe women, we need to run this back.
Clap for yourself, yeah. But in a marriage, yeah,
we've grown wings anyway.
Yeah, two become one. So if you have this mentality in your head, yeah, that a woman can do something for herself, like marriage is not for you. Marriage is two people coming together.
Why not though?
Why not?
Why is it that if I believe that I can do something for myself, if I believe that I can provide for myself, if I believe that I am emotionally stable and I don't need someone to rely on, that I'm not worthy to be in a marriage?
You know what, let us give him the benefit of the doubt and let him land. Because what he's saying is too outrageous for Gogo to say. I'm hoping what he's trying to say is that if you are I orientated, I don't even need you, blah, 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 or whatever, in that kind of sense, then marriage isn't...
Let's let him talk.
No. I'm hoping Gogo, don't embarrass me.
Wait. Cool. Fantastic. Clap for yourself, yeah. But in a marriage, yeah, it's we. Yeah? Two become one. So if you have this mentality in your head, yeah, that a woman can do something for herself, like marriage is not for you. Marriage is two people coming together, yeah, to become one. So in my head, yeah, you're not saying let men be men. In my head, if I've decided as a man, I feel like we should take this forward, yeah, and you come out and say no, then like I said before, there's an issue. Same way I should not.
No. Unfortunately, he didn't explain.
You crashed the plane. We thought we would let you land, but you crashed.
Never will I defend you again.
No, it's ridiculous.
I'm hoping, because what I was saying in regards to all the things that I can do, right? That doesn't mean that I don't want to be with somebody else, because I see that with somebody else, things could be a bit easier. But that doesn't negate the fact that I can do it myself. I'm more than capable.
Let's even take ourselves for example. We're all quite independent young women, do you know what I mean? So we see ourselves as people that can do things for ourselves. We don't need a man to function, we don't need a man for emotional support. We can do those things for ourselves, which is why in situations like this where we can actually openly say that we might not be ready for marriage because we need to have that kind of transition period where we get our minds ready to accept that somebody has to be the head of our families, to accept that we're going to have to kind of like change
our lifestyle
and adapt our lifestyles to accommodate the needs of the man in a relationship. We understand that, right? And so it doesn't mean that we don't deserve marriage, it just means that we need more time. And so if you're with somebody and she's still saying she's telling you that she's not ready, in other words, and if you can't take those red flags or cues, it's your own fault again. Why are you going to propose to somebody that is not ready?
Everything that you think you can provide me, I can provide for myself. However, as a human being, we are social beings and we are set up for companionship. So I can be an independent woman in every way, form and shape, and still want to be in a relationship, because that is what we humans do. We get into relationships so we can procreate and so that we can have a full life. And it's the same thing for you, Mr. Man. You're not a superhuman who doesn't need companionship.
And I just want to say, for any of you people watching and saying, right, you lot are not going to get married if this is how you feel. No, I'm not going to get married to people who don't, to a person who cannot understand that I am very capable by myself.
Yeah.
The person I'm going to be with is very aware that I am quote unquote an independent woman, and we are just in a, we've formed a partnership.
Yeah.
He's okay with that. Maybe you can't be okay with that.
Because you want to be God in my life.
But I will never let you be God in my life.
Ever.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
Because at the end of the day, this is not, no one should come and tell me trust issues either. If you bounce, I know that I'm still capable to continue the provisions that are required for me to maintain in this life.
Might not be ready, and I might have made a mistake. You should know that your man's leaning towards marriage. So how the hell did we get to a place where I got down on one knee and you said no? For you to take a woman as your own.
That's your question. That's your question. You're the one asking the question.
That's what
is it me that I forced you to go onto the one knee? Why are you asking me how? Okay, I understand. You're asking me how did we get here, but that's literally you're asking yourself.
You said that you should know that your man is leaning towards marriage. If you haven't told me, how would I know?
How will I know?
No, tell me, how would I know? How? Before the camera dies, it was an eventful one. If anybody has anything else?
I'm honestly so tired. Like I'm drained.
If you guys would like another BK response, let us know, okay? Yeah.
I think what's got me mostly on this is the disrespect, because we've heard all of this, like, you know, and it's crazy. But for me, the disrespect is something that they're gonna have to
sort out. Stop it. It's not actually.
Yeah, like I just don't understand.
It's not a good working environment.
It's not, like I just don't understand, because you're a man, it doesn't mean that you immediately are granted respect. Respect is earned.
How we all feel about this is that if you were to be in a relationship, yeah, and you guys had spoke about marriage, the girl has, you know, made it seem as if that she's ready for it, she speaks about it, she shows no objection, and you get on one knee and you propose to her in front of friends and family, and she says no, of course, you know, I don't see where you're going with this, but I don't know why you would still be in the relationship. However, if you have not consulted her about your plans, and in your head you've gone full force, you haven't consulted me about any of your plans, and you go and propose to me without my knowledge, I am in my rights and I'm allowed to say no. And I could see how your ego would be hurt, but I do feel like you should swallow it if you know that you didn't speak to me about this at all. Any final thoughts? Anything to add on to that?
No, well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. We have given you a treat. Three videos in
2 weeks.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay?